guys, welcome back to another monthly TBR video. Last month I asked you guys if I should keep doing the TBR prompt jar or if I should switch it up, and everybody wanted to continue to see the TBR jar, so here we are. I did say that I should switch up the prompts, but I completely forgot about that until just now when I sat down to film. So for this video I'm going to be using the prompts that I've always had, but hopefully sometime in September I will revamp everything and swap these out for a bunch of new prompts. I'm sad to report that I have been in a bit of a reading slump for the past few weeks. I somehow didn't realize it, but I'm definitely in a slump. I've been reading the same book for over 2 weeks now. I've just been getting so distracted. I've been on my phone so much. Every time I pick up my book to read, I just end up getting on my phone. I just don't seem to have the attention span to be reading right now, but I'm hoping that I'm on the tail end of it and things are going to get a little bit better. All of that means that I haven't been reading a whole lot in August, so I definitely have some books that were on my TBR last month that I was really excited for that I just didn't get to. And these are the 3 books. We have The Last Word, The Hotel Nantucket, and A Court of Wings and Ruin. Like I said, I was really excited to get to these, so I am going to put them back on the cart, and we'll just see. Maybe one or more of them will end up back on the TBR. Since I haven't been reading a whole lot, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm probably only going to pick 5 books because I want it to be something actually manageable. And we're going into September. I'm very excited for fall reads, but I also have so many books that were on my summer TBR that I just never got to. So I'm not really sure what direction I'm going to be in. Maybe it'll be like half summer, half fall books, but it's really up to what I pick. So let's get started. Prompt number 1. A book by an author you have read before. I think I got this last month. So this is really great if I want to continue a series or just read from somebody that I've already read before, obviously. My first thought was Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan because I would love to get this in before the end of summer. And I read Nora Goes Off Script by her and I really enjoyed it. Plus her books are really short, which I feel like is perfect for a reading slump. This would be really quick to get through. I'm also really trying to get through the series that I'm in the middle of, so I was going to look through them. But now I feel like this would be a really good pick because of my slump. So I think I'm just going to go with this one. Yay, I am very excited, which is exactly how I want to feel about all 5 of these. Because I haven't really been in the best reading mood, I want to be able to really mood read and pick up things that I'm super interested in right at this point in time. That is pick number 1. Prompt number 2. A cover with green on it. Okay. I've been really interested in Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, which is I think, Regency era fantasy. It's also pretty short, so it should be a really quick read, and it just sounds really fun and cute. So she's definitely a contender. Let me see what else I have. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I'm just not really feeling this right now. I could finally read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I think I'm going to absolutely love because I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, and this is probably her most popular book. Everybody loves it and tells me that I have to read it. Am I finally in the mood for this? I don't know. The thing is, I know that I love her writing already, and I've read her other books really quickly. Like, they really suck me in, so it's definitely a really good option. I'm actually really conflicted. This is one of those books that I've just had for so long, and I've never really had the urge to pick it up, but I know I'm gonna love it. And then this one I've been really wanting to get into, but also it seems like it's gonna be very whimsical and perfect for fall, which honestly, I live in Houston, Texas. It's really hot. September is going to be hot all month long probably, and it's not really gonna feel like fall, so maybe I wanna save this for when it's a little bit cooler and feels a little bit more like actual fall. Oh my gosh, no way. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It is about time that I read this book. I feel like I see it on my shelves and I never even think about actually reading it just because I've had it for so long, and I think I've been saving it for some sort of video idea that I've had in my head for so long that at this point I'm not gonna make that video, so I just might as well read it. Wow, okay, I'm actually feeling really excited. So this is pick number 2. We're starting off very strong. On to pick number 3. A 3-word title. Okay, I think that's gonna give me a lot of choices. I could do These Violent Delights, The Prison Healer, Shadow and Bone, City of Glass, Done and Dusted, None Shall Sleep, The Fine Print, A Curious Beginning, Second Chance Summer, Half a Soul, A Deadly Education, Not in Love, The Cheat Sheet. Okay, I knew I was gonna have a lot to pick from. I picked 3 that I'm really interested in. We have The Last Word, which is a mystery thriller, and I just don't think I've read one in a while. And obviously I'm kind of going for shorter, fast-paced books, and a mystery thriller is always going to be quick. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This is a cowboy romance. And A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. I have been wanting to read this series for so long, and I think it's a murder mystery series. No, I don't think it's a murder mystery. It's just a mystery series, which I don't think I've ever read a mystery series. They're usually standalones. I think I'm between these 2, and honestly, I probably shouldn't start another series right now. So I'm gonna go with the standalone thriller, which is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This one seems kind of creepy, and I think it takes place during a storm, and it's supposed to rain here for the foreseeable future. So I feel like this would be really good to pick up while it's raining. So that's pick number 3. Next pick. A memoir. Okay, I need to get rid of this one because I do not have a memoir right now. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, I don't have any memoirs that I haven't read yet, so I need to pick again. I think I pulled that prompt last time and did not get rid of it. Okay, a YA book. I feel like I have a good bit of young adult on this cart. Definitely if we're talking fantasy, I have a lot of young adult fantasy. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Okay, I was having a hard time for a minute. Everything I was looking at was just not really speaking to me. And then I looked at the back of the cart, saw this book, and I was like, immediately, yes, that's the one, which is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I cannot believe that I'm holding this. I'm very excited. I better actually read this. I have talked about wanting to read this so much, and I definitely want to read it by the end of this year. It's the first book in a young adult fantasy trilogy that I've heard nothing but amazing things about, and I've always wanted to read it. And I have been saving it for the fall, and I know I just said that September is not really going to feel like fall, but I really have a lot of fall books that I want to read and fall content that I have planned, and there's just not enough time here where it's actually going to feel like fall to squeeze it all in, so I need to start at some point. And I feel like this could be really good to just kind of kickstart the whole fall reading season. I know absolutely nothing about the plot of this book, and I'm going to keep it that way. I want to go into it pretty blind. I feel like this needs to be priority number one, and I definitely should be reading this in a reading vlog because I'm just so excited. Yay, I'm so glad that so far I'm thrilled about every single one of these books. On to my last prompt, and hopefully I'm just as excited about this one. A book I bought recently. Well, I know that these are the two last books that I purchased, which is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman and The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. These are both books that I'm really excited for. I would say if I had to pick one right now, it would probably be Anxious People. My friend Mick loves Frederick Bachman, and she just read this recently and was raving about it. She actually just read both of these, and she's 100% the reason that I picked them up. And I think it's about a bank robbery where the robber ends up taking everyone in the bank hostage, but then I don't really know what happens, but I think he starts to maybe like befriend them. It sounds like it's not a thriller or any sort of intense situation. So it actually takes place at an open house for an apartment, and it says that a failed bank robber bursts in and ends up taking all of them hostage. So it's not at the bank, but I guess he just tried to rob a bank and the police are probably after him, so he ends up taking these people hostage. And it says that as the minutes tick by, the hostages begin to think that the robber might be in need of more rescuing than they are. It sounds like it might be a heartwarming, maybe sad, sweet book, which is not what you would expect from something that's about a bank robbery or hostages, but it just sounds really good. I know I just bought this and I was really excited to get to it, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to get to it anytime soon. But now I'm glad that I got that prompt. I feel like this is going to be another really good read. I just realized that I didn't tell you what most of these books are about, so I'm going to go through them one more time and tell you what I know about each one. First is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, and this is another one that I'm going into completely blind. I don't know why, but I bought it and I thought to myself, I don't want to know what it is going into it. I just want to go into it and experience it for what it is with no idea of where the plot might be headed. I do know that Annabelle Monaghan's books are marketed more as general fiction as opposed to pure romance, and the plot of Nora Goes Off Script was definitely very romance heavy, but I can also see the general fiction part and why it's not marketed as a strict romance. And I know the author says that she likes to throw in a divorce, a mortgage, and kids because it makes things interesting. So I'm sure that this book is going to have those elements just like Nora Goes Off Script did, but that is the extent of my knowledge about this book, and that's all that I want to know. Next is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I feel like everybody has read this already, but in case you don't know what it's about, it looks like it takes place between the 1950s and the 80s. I think she was a Hollywood actress and she had a lot of drama and she lived this glamorous life, and we're just going to basically follow her life, I guess through the lens or the time frame of her seven husbands, but I think it's definitely going to be all about her and not really about the husbands. I also know that there's a revelation or a plot twist. I don't really know how it goes, but I know that there's something big that happens at the end, and unfortunately it has been spoiled for me, so hopefully it doesn't take away from my reading experience. I think that regardless I'm going to enjoy the writing and just the story, so still very excited about it. The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This was on my TBR last month and I was super excited for it, so I am glad that it's making another appearance. Like I said, this is a thriller and it follows this woman who, I don't remember if she is house sitting or if she's just in this house all alone for some reason, but she's kind of in this deserted area. I think it's on the water, maybe at the beach or something, and there's a storm going on. I think it's just her and a dog, and she is killing time, so she's reading a bunch of books, and she reads one that she really doesn't like. She leaves it a 1-star review online, and the author gets really pissed, and then all of a sudden it seems like somebody's outside and really weird things start happening, and she thinks, oh my god, this author is literally outside, he followed me and he's trying to attack me or get into my house or whatever. It sounds very unique, very fun, and I haven't read a thriller in a while, so I'm really excited. Then we have The Cruel Prince, which, like I said, I know absolutely nothing about it, and I'm going to be going into it blind and doing a reading vlog for sure. And last is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman, which I already went over. Apartment open house, bank robber, hostages, that situation. Okay, so these are the 5 books going on my September TBR. I am not intimidated by a single one of these books, and I'm just very excited for all of them, so I think it's perfect to hopefully help me get out of this reading slump that I'm into and get just more excited about reading. And hopefully you'll be seeing some fun reading vlogs featuring some or all of these books. But that's all that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching as always, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!